Good morning. We're just leaving the bustling metropolis of Puigmoreno in Aragon. But today, really, it's just us. Well, of course, it's not just us. There'll be other things too. There's Europe's largest solar farm, photovoltaic farm. That'll be quite interesting. It's got 1.5 million solar panels. But other than that, it really isn't going to be a lot, because we're going out into the plains of Aragon. And yes, back in orange for the day. It was 5:30 when I left this morning, and I was casting around trying to find a kit in the dark, and this is the one I grabbed. So apologies to those who've got used to the new jersey. We're back in the old. So this is our first and last town. It's Valmuel. I don't really know anything about it. It looks quite well, picturesque, I was going to say, but also a little bit run down. It looks a little bit run down. Very agricultural. Oh, that's an old tractor. I actually put off doing this ride last week because it was the hottest place in Spain at 42 degrees. And I admit I'm starting early, but I'm actually freezing cold. I have no idea why. So if I've got this right, we're going to be further from human habitation than on any other ride to date. But we'll be getting off these big roads before long. Six kilometres in, and it's already feeling very, very remote. It's a beautiful valley I'm following at the moment, which is unexpected. But I don't think a lot of cars come down here. So when I was planning this route, I was checking it out on Street View on Google Maps, and the most recent Street View pictures were from 12 years ago, and the road was in a terrible, terrible state. So I was half keeping my fingers crossed that it was going to be better, but I've got this funny feeling, judging from the beginning of this road, which, as you can see, is getting narrower, that we might actually be on gravel a bit earlier than I expected. This was a mixed gravel and tarmac route today. Yes, the gravel has started already. This isn't really gravel, this is a road which has lost its surface, which in some ways is worse. But it's the first time I've been able to actually get the camera out to record it. So this is a lot smoother than it was. So the road has gone. It's in a terrible state, so I'm actually going to be doing 35 more kilometres on gravel than I was expecting, which is a bit of a problem because it's still going to be sweltering hot today, and I started early so that I could finish early and be gone before the sun hits, but that's not going to happen now. There are some really amazing rock formations, but I can't take footage when I'm on this road. I can't take my hands off the handlebars on this road. And of course today's the day that I forgot my chest harness. This is definitely one of the worst roads I've ever ridden, but the scenery is absolutely spectacular. Not sure it quite makes up for this, but it really is special. Just wish I'd put those big fat tyres on. I would have made this quite a pleasant experience. Really appreciating the smooth bits. This is first time for about 6 kilometres that I've been able to take my hands off the handlebars. So I think this planned 2-hour 40-minute ride could end up much closer 5. There's going to be more moaning in this video than all the rest put together. I am really struggling. This is horrible. I'm actually going down the slopes with one foot unclipped because it's so loose and my front wheel is being thrown all over the place. It's really nasty. Contemplating walking, but there's 8 more kilometres of this to go, and that would take me into a dangerous time of day. So, well, we've got to push on. I think it'll be new cleats day after this. This is very hard work, as you know. I've mentioned that, but problem shared. Just broken a spoke, and on this terrain I can't imagine why I won't break 2 or 3. I'm now a long way, well, I'm 18 kilometres from the last town, and there just isn't one in this direction, so I'd have to walk back if that happened. But if 3 went, can't ride it like that. Anyway, like I say, I just want to have a gripe and a moan with you. Too big for a buzzard. I don't know what it is. Oh, my plums. Oh, I'm moaning again. Tough. That's what you've got this week. I've got to stand on the pedals. I can't sit down. It's too rough. It's too bumpy. So it's just hard work. And you reach a little rise, and you've got to really push to get up it, and the wheels are over the place. I'm doing 5 kilometers an hour now. Just in the distance that way I can see a sea of photovoltaic panels, so I'm hoping that's where the road's going to start again. Looks about, I don't know, 5 kilometers away. Oh, ow. Punctured. Yeah, punctured. I was trying to find the cause of the puncture, and there wasn't one that I could see, and yet the inner tube was absolutely leaking air faster than I could pump it up to even find the hole. Let's crack on. Hopefully we'll find the tarmac before long. I'll feel a lot more confident then. Oi, oi. That was rather a lot of echo for such a tiny tunnel. Now, it's tarmac. Tarmac! Tarmac! Hello, tarmac. I love tarmac. That was the hardest bit of cycling I've ever done. It was absolutely horrendous. So we haven't seen any of the, well, you haven't seen any of the solar panels yet, but there's a lot of them. But right in the middle of them is this, and it's a natural gas power station. Boo! But at the very least, the gas comes from directly underneath. So anything grey you can see up there is solar panel. And I'm riding along with a big cheesy smile on my face because, well, it's like a challenge met and a challenge beaten getting through that lot. Didn't really know it was going to be, well, I didn't know it was going to be anything like as big as that, as long as that, or as bad. But now I'm on, they're not fabulous roads, but they're tarmac roads, and there's no one about, just me and the birds. It's rather lovely to be alive. People, which means we must be coming down into the Castle now, Newcastle. Why, iPad? damage we've done. You and I. First car of the day. Hold on, need to check the time. 1 hour 56 and 55 seconds. This is a national road, like an A road. It is literally an A road, it's the A224. Just spotted those old ruins. And they're not on my list of places to go. Well, we're going to have to go and have a look, aren't we? Found it though, which is nice. So we're just about to drop down into the village town of Ihar, and Ihar is quite famous. Sorry, it's car number 2 and put me off. Ihar is famous because it had 3 communities. It had a Christian community and a Jewish community and a Muslim community, all living in perfect harmony all the way up to 1498, which is long after all of the reconquistadoring that went on. They just found that they could get on, so they did, until King and Queen Ferdinand and Isabella decided to boot out all of the Jews and Moors in Spain, which was basically a land grab thing because they had money and they felt they didn't have enough, so they kicked everyone out. But Ihar, once again, Ihar actually had the last Muslim community in Spain. Well, I was going to show you the Jewish, Muslim and Christian quarters of this fair town, but I've just punctured again. Found a big thorn in it, so I'm without inner tubes. So I'm going to push on home as quickly as I can in case I get another. It's one of those days, isn't it? It's not number 3. I just thought number 2 was going to be slow, and it isn't. So I've had to try and find it. The hole where is the puncture. And it's been very difficult. I found it and I've patched it. But of course my, because I used my inner tube already. But of course my vulcanizing glue had dried up because I haven't used it in years. So luckily I had some of those instant patches. They used to be called scabs, but when it's park tools, it's not called scabs. What's that? Egret. Right next door to the river, which I was thinking about using to try and find my puncture. So fingers crossed this patch will hold. I've had troubles with them before, not sticking very well, but it's only got to get me back the last. I'm on the main road now, it's just a straight shot home, 35 kilometres. So hopefully this will hold and I can get out of this place. And as soon as I shoot that, the tube's gone down again, so it had 2 punctures. I've got one more patch. That's the end of our adventure for the day. Really wanted a particular video shot today. It's why I started saying certain things at the beginning of the video. Only I've broken down with 2 flats and a broken pump. I'm about 40 minutes from this particular place. So whilst I'm waiting for my incredibly generous lift to come and get me, I'm going to walk to it. Well, it sums it up really, doesn't it? This has been today's ride, brought to you by the restaurant Arse. Anyway, it's a load of arse. It's just a load of arse.